This is the first-person shooting experience with the Glock 19 MOS Gen 5. The Glock 19 is the go-to gun for every first-time gun buyer. It's large enough for a fun range gun, small enough for a concealed carry weapon, and powerful enough for a home defense handgun. But what is it actually like shooting a Glock 19 Gen 5 MOS? If I haven't mentioned it already, the Glock 19 MOS is different than the standard Gen 5 19s. Not only does it have the red dot mounting system, it also has front slide serrations and lacks the horrendous half moon cutout. Now back to the video. The Gen 5 MOS is a relatively new gun in Glock lifespans, coming out only a few weeks ago. If you have a Gen 5 19, the MOS variant feels completely different when you pick it up. Instead of the sharp edges of the half moon cut violating your pinky, like an Armenian man's cologne from 2 blocks away, the lips of the enlarged magazine gently caress your pinky like a college student carrying his drool. If you're transitioning from a Gen 4 Glock, the Gen 5 feels slightly smaller than a Gen 4 because of the enlarged magazine well. If the Gen 4 is on the smaller side for you, the Gen 5 will feel even smaller. If the Gen 4 is a little large, the Gen 5 will feel perfect. Also, you must have tiny hands. When you rack the slide, you now have 2 options: front serrations or back serrations. They both work equally well, but I prefer to use the rear serrations due to safety concerns as it is farther from the muzzle. When it inevitably comes time to press check your gun, even though you racked the gun only 3 seconds ago, the front serrations are perfect. It provides a lot of grip and lets you confidently press check your gun without the risk of slipping and pinching your hands. When you look through the sights, you're greeted by Glock's horrible, overpriced $7 dot-in-the-box sights. These will definitely need to be replaced, but it's nice that Glock put some plastic inserts on the gun to protect the rear dovetail and front mount while in transport. If you guys missed the joke, I'm talking about the front sights. The Gen 5 trigger is cushiony in the bad way. There's no real defined wall and the break is almost random. While I'm not going to do a complete trigger replacement on this gun, as I may want to carry this over my Glock 26, I plan on putting Glock's factory 4.5 pound connector on this gun. It's pricey at $26, especially when you consider the 5.5 pound connector is $7. To be honest, I felt quite triggered by this transaction, and even though I'm still gonna buy it, my feelings are still hurt. The recoil on the Gen 5 Glock 19 MOS is mild and comfortable. Without the half moon cuts invading your privacy, it really is pleasant to shoot. There seems to be less muzzle rise on the Glock than on my M&P and 9mm 1911s that I shoot. It's difficult to pinpoint why that is, but it could be attributed to the double recoil spring or even the steeper grip angle found in Glocks. When pretending you're Travis Haley, your gun will eventually run dry. The magazine release on the Gen 5 Glocks is like the Gen 4 Glocks and is large enough to easily access. Nothing really special about that. The magazine on Glocks fall free most of the time, but will occasionally need a little flick of the wrist to get it out. Reloading is made easier by the engorged magazine well, like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. To be honest, I could have lived without the enlarged magazine well as the gun is beginning to feel a little bit small in my grip, but this is something I can deal with. With a firm press on the slide lock or slide release, the slide will drop with ease. Nothing I say in this video will sway your love or hatred of the gun. Your mind is probably already made up. The Glock 19 Gen 5 MOS shoots well and consistently, and there's nothing more that you can really ask from a firearm. To be honest, the front slide serrations and the lack of the half moon cut should have been included in the original Glock 19, but I'm just thankful that they released this variant eventually. But it would have been nice if they didn't have the MOS feature on it, so I didn't have to shell out the extra cash. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you go down there, hit that like button, and also hit that subscribe button, as well as ring that bell for the angel's sake, I guess. And I will see you guys next week.